Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of FS22, Farming Simulator 22. If you've been following along in our tutorial series, the last episode we showed you how to skip the nighttime. If you remember, we also bought our tractors, we bought some farmland, and we rented our harvester. But our crop was not yet ready to harvest. So we had to skip forward a month, because don't forget, by sleeping you are actually skipping a month, which allows you to harvest. We can go and see in our map that we have started harvesting already, because we are now able to. I was putting together a previous video for you, but for some reason the audio was not connecting very well, so I am going to redo it for you. Before you can see the game is paused here, but before I go ahead and show you, the harvester is actually doing the AI by itself, and we're going to go ahead and get into it. So we're going to continue the game here. As you can see, we have our trailer. And our AI, as we showed you in the last episode, is now harvesting the grain. Now these harvesters, let's go ahead and get in there. The AI does a pretty good job of going in a straight line. It goes back and forth, and it'll actually fill this harvester until the reserves are filled. As you can see in the bottom right hand corner, we are at 55%, and it's actually crushing the grain and collecting it. And here on the left hand side of the vehicle, you can see we have the thing that we call the pipe, and that is actually where the grain comes out, and that'll be an automated process, so you don't actually have to do anything special to get the grain out of the vehicle. I'm going to let you watch it for a moment so that you can see how the AI works. Now this is completely automated at the moment. You do have to check on it from time to time to make sure that it's doing what it's supposed to do, not kind of going out of key, but for the most part it's pretty good. With crop destruction turned off, you don't have to worry about driving onto the crops. Now that we're on the harvested side, I'm going to switch vehicles. We're going to go ahead and align ourselves with the harvester. And I'm going to show you how to empty it. Now this can be done while either the harvester is in a sedentary position or while it's moving. I'm going to show you while it's moving with the AI. You kind of have to match the speed. The pipe comes out, and the grain comes out. You don't have to do anything special. There's no buttons to push. You can see that our trailer is now filling. It's at 60%. It may look at some points like it's spilling out a little bit, but that's not actually happening. That's just how the grain is working. I mean, that's how the graphics are working on this particular game. Okay, 3%. So what this basically does is it depletes the reserves of the harvester first, and then as you keep going, as the harvester is going, it just kind of continually empties a little bit there. So I'm going to pull this off. And we are going to go ahead and get back into the harvester, and we're going to shut off the AI so that I can show you how to do this manually without the harvester actually moving. Let's just let the AI get us lined up. Okay, now we are going to dump off the AI. So what you want to do is, in a standing position, you want to put this pipe out, and you can do that by pressing O, and you can just leave it like that. You actually don't have to be in the vehicle at the time of emptying. As long as the pipe's out, then the reserves will drain. Now we're going to have to go ahead and drive forward a little bit because we already depleted the capacity. So we will drop our harvester, we will turn it on, and we'll just get some in reserve real quick. We're up to 4%. Try to keep it in a straight line here. Graphics are really pretty sweet in this game. Now one thing I should mention is we have seasonal growth turned off, if you remember from our previous episodes. But if you pretty much, while you're harvesting, you only have a month to harvest any grain or any crop. As harvest season is typically only 2 months or 1 month, you really have to pay attention to that. As you can see, we weren't exactly in a straight line here, but that's okay. We'll get to the end of this, and then we'll have the finished off. We're going to go ahead and raise our harvester and shut it off because we don't need it anymore. And before we drive over and empty us out, I'm going to show you how to see. You can see by the filters here on our map that our crop type here is our soil composition here has now changed to need lime from the previous fertilized, and you can see that it has been harvested for the most part, and now you still have this little gold line here of where it needs to be harvested. These are areas that need to be plowed, etc. Lime is what you do after you prepare the field for the next round of growth. So we're going to go ahead and get this harvester emptied. Kind of slow. Now, 2 ways that you can do this. Either drive up and extend your pipe and stay inside the harvester, and it'll empty. You just have to get kind of close enough. I'm going to push that O key. It's going to extend, and there we go, it's emptying. Or you can take your harvester This is useful if you don't want to lose your place in the field. So you would leave it in a place like this, extend the pipe out, change vehicles, and drive up under the pipe. And it'll begin to empty automatically. Oh, sorry, forgot one step there. You actually have to have the AI turned on. So now our harvester is emptied. We're at 94% ourselves. And let's see if we can go ahead and get AI to finish our job for us. And then I'm going to show you quickly how to sell grain and use this tipper. will enable the AI. Let's go ahead and switch back over and see if we can match our speed here. As you can see, the pipe will come out automatically. Don't think that we're going to make it the whole way before we are completely filled. That's okay, it should just be a little bit. Might just about make it, but probably not. The harvester will stop automatically once it's filled. And that's the end of his job there. So let me show you quickly how to use this tipper and how to sell the grain that we have collected already. We're going to go ahead and go to our prices tab. It looks like a little stock symbol here. And you have the different places that you can sell. I'm going to go ahead and choose the mill. You can go down here to tag place and go back to your map, and that'll bring a flashing symbol of where you need to go. In this case, it's down here to the south. We're going to have our AI go ahead and drive down that way. And we're just going to enjoy the ride here. Let's switch over to our harvester real quick. It's only about 1%, so we're going to actually go ahead and get rid of this vehicle as we are paying per work hour for it. We're going to go ahead and hit P and go to our leased items. And we are going to return all these. Now, there's no specific order that you have to return them in. And we no longer have any loose vehicles. You can see we just have our harvested sorghum that will need to be dealt with, but we're going to show you how to plow and how to cultivate the field in the next episode. Take a little look at the scenery here. The mountains look beautiful tonight. You can see by tagging on a place that it also makes that big green cone there. Full load. We have arrived at our destination. Now, this specific tipper has two different options. As you can see in the left-hand menu, you can tip to the side left, you can tip to the side right, you can tip back, or you can open the grain door. And those are pretty much just self-explanatory. We're going to go ahead and tip the side back. So we drive up on the platform here. And you'll know you're in the right position because the eye below that says start overloading will pop up, and that'll show that you're in the right position. We're going to go ahead and sell our crop. Now, we don't have to do anything special. This starts unloading, and then the money is deposited into our account. This was a good load, and we made $21,000 from the harvest income on this one. We're going to go over to our finances. And as you can see, from doing all the harvesting of our crop in that field, we are out of the red for this episode. So we have actually made $40,000 this episode. And we're going to go ahead and drive back home. We'll use the AI worker. And that is basically everything that you need to know about harvesting. I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode, and if you have any comments or have any questions about ways to do other things, please let us know, or let me know, and I'll be happy to cover them in future episodes. We will see you soon.